Alright guys, welcome again to our roadside review. What we're going to talk about today is a handy little thing that I've been using for a while to help me with navigation, because one of the things I'm notoriously bad at is directions. Okay, I cannot retain directions in my head. I'm not too sure why. It's just not something I'm good at. So if I'm ever on the bike and I don't have one of those mounts mounted on my handlebars purely for safety reasons, because I stay in Joburg and people are a bunch of thieves, I'm pretty screwed. Whereas I'll look at the map and I'll remember about 5 or 6 intersections in one go, and then I'll be forced to stop and look at my phone again, which is not ideal. So then I started putting in my phone earphones, which are those dual piece earphones. Sometimes they're a little bit too big. You pop them into your helmet and you struggle to get your helmet around, and one is in and the other earphone falls out and you have to take both off, and it's a tedious process. So very few of the double ear earphone solutions even work in helmets, which is why people use those little stick-on pads and to put them inside your helmet. Those work pretty well, but then you still have that tether that hangs out your helmet. Now, with the way my vlogging system is set up, I already have that. I have a standalone dictaphone which is in my pocket, which means that the cable is run on the inside of my helmet. So I already have that one cable that I have to navigate around when I close my zips, and I don't want to sit with another one. So with that said, I show you and introduce the Lobkin. This is what I use presently, and it's proven to be the most effective one. Okay, so we'll just open it up and show you what we've got here. So we have the earphone itself, okay, which is a very tiny, very small inner ear bud. You pop it into one ear, it only comes in singles. To give you an idea of how small it is, I don't even know what to use as a point of reference, but okay, this is a massive watch, it's not going to work. But at any rate, it's about the size of a small screw on the bike, right? So it's tiny. And this fits into my ear quite snug. You can choose whether you're conventional and you pop it in facing up, which is the way it's recommended, but it's not ideal, and it's not gonna provide a perfect fit to every shape of ear. So they do provide you with an additional little plastic bit that you can replace this with. Okay, very easy replacement. Interchangeable system. You just literally pop off this rubber like that and you pop it back on. In fact, it's too simple, so simple in fact that sometimes I take it out of my ear and this remains in my ear, and that's extremely disconcerting. But aside from that, it works very well. I slide this into my left ear or right ear, whichever one you feel most comfortable in, and then I use my buff that I slide over my mouth, basically all the way up over the ear, because I find sometimes with my earphones, and maybe it's just me and the shape of my inner ear, that the earphones jiggle out at the slightest movement. So with a buff, any buff for that matter, you get to wrap the earphone into that position, and there's less likelihood of it falling out. In terms of connectivity, it's very easy. You literally whip out your cell phone, you hold the button down for 2 seconds right there. There's one button there. Okay, your phone will pick it up like any other Bluetooth device and you pair it up. They estimate that it will last about 2.5 hours. I think that's about accurate, 2.5 hours from what I've experienced. And it's very discreet. People often don't even realize that you're using it. So you can play your music, and if you have Google Maps open up at the same time, it simply dials your music for you, decreases volume, what it gives you the instruction in terms of which direction for you to go. In terms of recharging the item, again, included in the setup is this little cable, which is USB charge, which is very convenient for all of us that always have our laptops around. You pop this end into, Christ, if I have to tell you which end this needs to be popped into, you're probably watching the wrong fucking channel, right? So do what you must with this end, and take this pointy end, and you see what I mean? This motion should be quite easy for most of us. Alright? Okay, cool. So you pop that in there, and the earphone's connected and charging. The volume levels are impressive, I must be honest. I was expecting it to be average for the price I paid for it, but it's actually very good. In fact, sometimes if I'm let's say somebody is sitting on my left talking to me and I'm looking directly ahead of me, I would have to turn my head because the noise is so good. Bought from Amazon. Again, this is not a paid review. I'm not saying this is the best product out there. It's not fine. I'm just telling you, for what I need, and I'm a bit of a cheapskate. For what I need, this has so far provided me the best solution. I can't even say bang for buck because nothing else has worked. So this is the only one that has worked conveniently enough for me. I bought it from Amazon. I think it was the equivalent of about $30, so 270 bucks or so. Shipping was a lot more than that. I probably paid the same amount in shipping that I did for the cost, but that's how much I was impressed by the item. Okay, so remember, it's only one earpiece. Don't expect two. You're only going to get one, and that's it. The Lobkin Bluetooth in an earpiece. Use it. I really like it. And that's it from the roadside review.